your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Cello. It is our annual tradition of our towns, and while it may be a little bit different this year, we wanted to still come out here, show off, and showcase these great towns. And you can see behind me, plenty of people taking advantage of that Phase 3 opening, coming out and then taking advantage not only of that, but also the incredible weather that is out here as well. Of course, in a socially distanced version still, with those tables 6 feet apart. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what to expect here and look at that satellite radar picture clear. We are not going to have to deal with any kind of rainfall tonight, and the temperatures are getting cooler by the minute with readings tonight. They're actually going to be falling back down into the lower 50s. We're going to see beautiful conditions all weekend long, and we're going to tell you more about that as we come to you live from downtown Monticello. WCIA 3 News starts
now on WCIA 3 News.
Phase 3 is underway. How things are getting back to normal with a lot of rules in place.
This is sort of like, putting your feet in the water and testing and seeing how we're going to go.
Businesses aren't the only places reopening. What churches have to do to put people back in the pews. And it's the new drug in town. What's being done after 2 teenagers overdosed on what's being called the Hulk.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
So excited. Total freedom.
Not quite. Phase 3 is here, and many businesses are reopening. That means customers are back, too. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini. This day came with a lot of planning. Bars, restaurants, salons, barbershops, and retailers all have strict rules to follow. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in downtown Champaign. Courtney, people are already out taking advantage of today.
That's right, Paul, and it's the perfect day to do it if you're talking weather-wise, and you can see behind me several people in tables and chairs, and that's exactly how you'll know which restaurants are open is by that setting. But you will see that things look a little different as far as spacing goes with those tables and chairs, and that isn't the only difference you'll see.
It's like waking up from a dream.
Or some might say a nightmare, as businesses in Illinois enter Phase 3. Restaurants in downtown Champaign, like Co-Fusion, spent their morning serving customers outside, each at tables 6 feet from each other.
We have a huge patio to begin with, so we're definitely a little bit thin on tables, but I think we'll be able to seat a lot of people still.
To make sure limited capacity doesn't turn into an issue, some, like Watson's, are turning to reservations.
We're doing a reservation website, which is something we've never done before, which I think people will actually like. It allows us to keep track of everything better.
But the adjustments are no problem for most customers who say they're just happy to be able to be served.
They have everything spaced out nicely. They're very conscientious about asking you if you want plastic or glass or paper products.
I'm delighted to be outdoors. This is totally comfortable.
On top of outdoor seating for bars and restaurants, salons like Ipatsu in Midtown Champaign are opening their doors once again with added safety measures.
All of our products are behind glass doors, so they're already sanitized and ready to go, so we're asking guests to let us get it for them.
And that's something customers are extremely grateful for.
It's very easy to just come in and follow the new rules. This is the first proper haircut that I've had since the shutdown, so it's nice to be back in Ipatsu.
In Urbana, as opposed to Champaign, restaurant hours and bar hours will not be limited. However, here in Champaign, they will need to close by 10 o'clock. Now, this coming Monday, Champaign city leaders will be meeting to discuss this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and how it went. Now, in addition to this outdoor seating in front of these restaurants that you can see around me, there are also picnic parks, is what they're calling them, where you can get takeout and eat it there. We'll put those maps of those closed sections of road on our website at WCIA.com. Reporting in Champaign, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Courtney, thanks. Now, many stores open their doors again today. That includes Marketplace Mall in Champaign. Customers lined up to get inside when it opened at 11 this morning. There are hand sanitizing stations around the mall, and stores will have to enforce social distancing. The food court will be closed for dine-in, but people can get takeout. Play areas and the carousel are closed. The mall is open until 7 tonight. The start of Phase 3 meant one thing for many in Springfield: shopping. The parking lots weren't full, but the shoppers who showed up said they were happy they did. Many we spoke to said they have no problems going inside as long as they're following the safety guidelines.
Everybody should be very careful and follow the wearing the masks, and but I'm ready. I think everybody's ready to get out there and start getting back to normal.
Well, some of the bigger stores, including Dick's Sporting Goods and Kohl's, were open today. Other big names were not. Macy's and Marshall's are not opening until early June. Phase 3 will also see people headed back to church, but there are restrictions on how many can worship at once. So how do churches plan to handle the return to the pews? WCIA 3's Gabrielle Franklin got the answer from at least one parish.
Having received many plans and ideas from responsible faith leaders, IDPH has reviewed many detailed proposals and has provided guidance, not mandatory restrictions, for all faith leaders to use in their efforts to ensure the health and safety of their congregants.
Parishes in the Diocese of Springfield will operate at 25% capacity and safety measures in place starting next weekend. Their decision comes as Illinois moves into Phase 3 of the governor's plan to restore the state. Places of worship are now given suggestions to follow as they begin to welcome those who feel comfortable coming back. Bishop Thomas John Paprocki says the diocese plans to follow the guidance, but how the instruction is carried out will vary by each parish.
We're taking this a step at a time. So this is sort of like, putting your feet in the water and testing and seeing how we're going to go. So as I said, it's not 100% doors open, everybody come. Even this 25% is incremental, and we'll see how it's going.
In Springfield, Gabrielle Franklin.
Governor Pritzker maintains the safest services remain online, drive-up, and outdoor services. He says the new guidance is all about allowing those who feel the need to meet an opportunity to do so. Another person has died at the Charleston Rehab and Health Care Center. It's the 15th death in Coles County from coronavirus. There have been 80 confirmed cases at the nursing home. That includes both residents and employees. There are over 1,600 new cases in Illinois today. That brings the total to more than 117,000. Another 86 people died. That brings the death toll to nearly 5,300. COVID-19 is now in all but one of Illinois' counties. Edgar County became the 101st of 102 to have a case. Public Health Department says the person is at home recovering. The health department has had almost 700 negative tests before today. 2 results are pending right now. 2 teenagers overdosed and survived this week in Taylorville. Both are recovering, and one of their mothers is giving advice to help other parents. WCIA 3's Cole Hankey has more.
After 2 teenagers overdosed in Taylorville, police started tracking down leads. They arrested 2 people accused of trying to deal the dangerous drug: 18-year-old Lewis Sullivan III and 20-year-old Carissa Hodge. The drug is being called the Hulk, and police believe it's Xanax mixed with fentanyl.
I mean, we've dealt with other drugs being supposedly laced with fentanyl in the past. This was my first time I've seen it.
The mother of one of the teens who took the Hulk wished to remain anonymous, but did want to relay a message to other parents. She said in a phone call with WCIA to let them get mad. You need to be a parent, not a friend.
Led to some of the social media that was out there that then led to the investigation going the way it did and finding the probable cause to get that search warrant.
The officer that made the arrest says the drug looks like a normal bar of Xanax, but it's green. The samples the police department had were sent off for tests to see if it actually was fentanyl that caused the medical complications. Reporting in Taylorville, I'm Cole Hankey, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
The mother says her child will enter the Taylorville Police Department's Safe Passage program. It gives people the opportunity to go into rehab instead of getting jail time for drug possession. We have an update now on the search for a man who disappeared in Sangamon County. Crews found a body in the Sangamon River yesterday morning. He's been identified as 55-year-old Larry Noblin of Springfield. Rescue crews found the remains along the shoreline a half-mile north of the park. Preliminary results show he died from drowning. There's no evidence of injury. Here's a follow-up now. The Urbana Park District plans to get rid of dozens of geese from Crystal Lake Park. Today, protesters wanted to voice their opinion. More than a dozen people took to the streets around Crystal Lake to try and change that plan. They say the geese are an attraction to the park and they shouldn't be slaughtered. The Park District voted for a charity harvest to reduce the number of geese from about 80 to 10 or 20. It's a rite of summer in Vermilion County, what's been called off due to COVID-19. Also tonight. For more than 30 years, it's been the place to celebrate everything about bagels. Well, you're going to have to wait, though, another year to spread that cream cheese.
And it is our town, Monticello, and the people are out. They are enjoying their socially distanced version here on this beautiful Friday night. Incredible weather out here, and so many people out here to take advantage of this here in very much a beautiful downtown Monticello area. All right, we're going to be coming back. We're going to tell you about the incredible weather that's coming your way. That is coming up here right after the break.